Hello, and welcome to the Intro to HCOM Research. This is a library recorded session for Professor Summer Martin's HCOM 300 class. I'm John Hickok, the communications librarian, and I'm going to walk you through this handout, this handout is also available up on Canvas from Professor Martin in the Canvas class. Okay, so for this HCOM 300 class, you're going to be writing a literature review. And this is a summary of all the instructions for the assignment from Professor Martin. You're going to have to do an intro, 1 to 2 paragraphs. You're going to have to do a lit review. That's the bulk of it, 4.5 to 7.5 pages, where you're going to summarize the content of articles that you find. Then you have to do this, and you have to do the conclusion as well. Now, you may not even know what your topic is yet. Okay, your topic has to be some issue or problem. You've got to identify that. If you haven't come up with a topic yet, how are you going to do that? If you don't have a topic in mind, you can find it 3 different ways. Some of the ideas you can get directly from Dr. Martin herself in her lectures or inquire with her. Second, there's some ideas, some topics that are presented in your textbook or your class readings. And then on other third way, which I'm providing you, is another way you can find topics, is there's 2 different websites of human communication paper topics that you can go to. This website and this website have a lot of really good topics that you can choose from related to human communications. Okay, so once you decide on your topic, you got to now do a literature review. You got to find scholarly articles. So Professor Martin is requiring that you have a minimum of minimum 6 sources, and all six must be scholarly journal articles. Now, you can have more than 6, and you probably should, because you want to do the minimum, then you get the minimum grade. Um, so additional sources beyond the 6 are definitely welcome. And those can be of any kind of sort. They don't have to be scholarly journal articles. They can be newspaper articles, magazine articles, books, ebooks, encyclopedia articles, websites. Those are all fine. But the first 6 must be a scholarly journal article. Okay, so this handout, I'm going to show you how to find all of these things, the scholarly and the additional ones. So here's the starting point. The starting point is the library's website. It's right here, www.library.fullerton.edu. It's very easy to remember. Just throw the word library in front of fullerton.edu. And this is what the library's homepage looks like, the library's website. Now, on the library's website, there's 2 main menus that you'll be going to the most. The first is this icon called Databases. Databases, this takes you to where all the scholarly journal articles are. It has other kinds of articles too, like newspapers and magazines, but that's where you'll go to get your scholarly journal articles. Now, all of the databases, they're grouped by majors, communication articles, psychology articles, and so on. So you can go, when you click on databases, it'll take you to this page right here. This page right here, and then you can do the pull down menu and choose your major and pull down and choose human communication. It'll give you lots of different databases that you can choose from. So there's lots of them. The library has a lot of databases, 418, and they're all in either alphabetical order or the pull down by major. Now, you don't need 418 databases. That's because that's all majors. Probably you don't need chemistry database or engineering database. So which databases are the best to go find scholarly articles for HCOM? Okay, well, these are the databases that are most related to human communication. One, we have a database called Communication Source. That's the communication database. So that's probably going to be one of your best bets. But remember, human communication is interdisciplinary. There's other disciplines that are very related to human communication, and you can use those databases too. So the APA PsycInfo is the name of the psychology database. Now, I know you might thinking like, well, I'm not a psych major, so I just shouldn't go there. No, 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 not true. Again, as I said, human communication is interdisciplinary. So you can go to the psychology database because, for example, let's say your topic is interpersonal communication between genders. Oh, well, that's definitely going to be in the psychology database too, besides the communication database. So definitely you can. And actually, what if your topic was intercultural communication amongst new immigrant groups? Well, that's a sociological issue. So you could go to Sociological Abstracts, which is the sociology database, and there may be a scholarly journal article from a sociology journal talking about that exact thing of intercultural communication amongst new immigrants. Okay. Um, Also, inter workplace communication. Well, our business database may have articles on workplace communication amongst interpersonal, collegial communication in the workplace. Yeah, definitely you want to go to the business database because they're going to have scholarly journal articles on that. So, do not limit yourself only to the communication database. You can find really relevant scholarly journal articles from other databases too, besides only COM. Okay, so this is the place where you're going to go the most databases and go to all of these different databases here. And you'll find them right here alphabetically. Well, so now that you know the name alphabetically, you can just go click on A, B, C, D, E, and just go straight to it alphabetically. Or you can pull down the menu to HCOM and look at all of them in a list. Okay, now there's another place you'll go to on the library's website, OneSearch. OneSearch is the library's catalog. That's where you'll find mostly books and ebooks. Now, you can use OneSearch to find articles also, but it searches all the databases at once, not individually. So all majors. So the problem with that is you get flooded with all kinds of articles from chemistry, biology, kinesiology, history, political science. And so it can be a little congested, a little unwieldy. So I always prefer searching the databases directly because it's very targeted. It's very specific. I'm just getting comm articles. I'm just getting psychology articles. I'm just getting sociology articles. OneSearch is good too, but it's everything in the kitchen sink. So you're flooded with all kinds of articles from all majors. Okay. So, which students always ask me, which of these should I use, this one or this one? I would try databases first. I would go to that first. And then if you're not really getting a good enough results or you're not finding enough or you want a more variety, yeah, sure. Then you can go to OneSearch, expand it and broaden it and do OneSearch. Okay. Now, before I go on and start teaching you how to search the databases, just want to mention a brief bonus here. The Get Help button. It's right here on the library's website, Get Help. If you ever need immediate help, this button is for a live, real-time chat with a real human Cal State Fullerton librarian. Yes, it's not an Autobot, it's not AI, it's a real human being librarian. We monitor the chat window on this help button. It'll pull up a chat box and you can type, "Hey, I have a question, I need help, blah, blah, blah." From 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., it's us. It's the full-time Cal State Fullerton librarians. Now, after 5 o'clock, it's still 24 hours a day, a live human being. Yeah, we hire a night librarian to stay awake at night for the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning shift. It's still a human being. Yeah, so you can get help 24 hours a day from a librarian, either us, the full time during the day, or our night librarian service at night. Okay, so let's continue. Since recommended databases, you're kind of your go-to, your first, yes. So how do you search the databases? When you click databases and then you go to your one, choose one of them, COM or PsycInfo or sociological or whatever. How do you start searching them? All right, I'm going to show you. Searching the databases is very similar to Google. When you type in keywords in a Google search and then you get websites. Yes, very similar. You search the databases in 3 easy steps. Now here's a sample. I'm going to use the communication source database right here, the communication source database. I'll use that as my screenshot examples here. But what I'm going to show you works just as easily, just the same on PsycInfo or sociological or business or whatever. All right, here's the 3 easy steps. Number one is your search screen. So I'm going to zoom in here a little bit so I can show you a little bit more. So if the first screen, your search screen, you just type keywords the same like you would do with a Google search. So that's pretty easy. You just type in some keywords. So let me zoom in here so you can see a little bit more. So this is what the database communication source looks like. It gives you search boxes and you type in your keywords, what you're looking for. Now, in this example, I typed, and I zoom in here, interpersonal communication and children. Let's say I'm looking for some articles about that, like family dynamics or school and teacher dynamics between children and adults. Okay, so that's step one right there. Step two is your results screen. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a list of results of articles, scholarly articles that match your keywords that you wrote right here, interpersonal communication and children. And so here's what it looks like. Now on this one, wow, I got a lot. 803 results. I'm going to zoom in so you can see that. 803. Okay, well, you don't have time to look through 803, of course not. But you can start going down. This is number one, number two, number three, number four. You can start going down and you look through your list of resulting articles and you click on any that look good. So you spot read the titles. So here's one, children's perception of their influence of purchase, role of parental communication patterns. Okay, that looks pretty interesting. Here's another one, talk in the homes of young children. Okay, interpersonal communication within the family. That looks good too. Okay, so that's how you do it. You go down, spot read your titles and look for things that look good. Once you see a title that looks kind of good, and you're like, okay, that's worth looking at. I'd like to look at that. Okay, then that brings us to step number three. Step number three, right here is, you can see up here, your individual article screen. So this starts you with an abstract or summary of your article. And then if you like that, if you like the abstract or the summary and it sounds good, then you can get the full text. Now, if the full text isn't there immediately, don't worry, just click the Find It button to link to it. So I'm going to show you. Here's step three. Here's what it looks like. On step two, I chose the first one because, yeah, it sounded pretty good. Children's perception influence. Okay, here it is. Children's perception influence. And it gives me all the basics I need to know about this. Here's my title. Here's my authors. Ooh, this is good. The source. This is where it's coming from. This is the Journal of Consumer Marketing, 2003, volume 20, issue number 1. And then here's some subject terms. These are tags or terms what this article is about. It's about interpersonal communication. It's about influence. Okay, so let's say, and then further down, it's kind of cut off here so you can't see it, but down at the bottom is the abstract, the summary. So this summary would say something like, this article discusses children's purchasing and the role of parents in children deciding whether they will want to buy things or not buy things. Okay, so that's the summary. When you read that, you go, okay, good. I like that. That's what I want to read that article. Or you might say like, no, that's stupid. That's boring. I don't want that. That's not relevant. And skip it and then move on to another choice on your step two, your results screen. So, but let's say you do like it. So I like this one. It sounds good. So where's my full text? Perfect. That's what I'm going to show you right now. So after you read your summary, your abstract, and you like it, then zoom out here, you click on this button right here. At the individual abstract screen, you get the full text PDF of your article, and you click the Find It button. So this button will look slightly different in different databases. So here in the communication database, you can see that the button looks like this, where it says Find It. Now, in some other databases, this is kind of a blue color. In some other databases, it looks like this. It's green, full text options. And in some other databases, like the sociology database, it's this blue and orange where it says Find It. Okay, well, like I said, the button will look slightly different in different databases, but they all do the same thing. You click the button, and the button will provide you the PDF immediately. Or if it's not there, if the article is not available immediately, it will refer you to another database. Okay, it'll say, hey, Let's say you click it right here. It'll say, "Hey, sorry, the article is not here in the communication database, but here's the link. Hop over to the sociology database because the full text is there." So it'll refer you over to another database to go get the full text. Or the last thing that it could tell you is it will refer you to the interlibrary loan request page to request it. So that means none of our databases have the PDF immediately. So that's no problem. You just fill out the request page, and then our librarian, our team, the librarians here at Cal State Fullerton, we will immediately get to work and we contact another library that does have the full text PDF. They will provide it to us, scan it, and then we email it to your email inbox. And that's pretty fast. Sometimes it's immediate, like can happen within 2 hours. Sometimes if it's a hard journal article, it's like nobody has it, no libraries, we have to go far away for it, like maybe Harvard or University of Michigan or something like that. Then yeah, it might take a little longer, like 24 hours, but it'll come to your email inbox as a PDF. So that's it. That's how you get your full text articles. You do your search with keywords, you get your results and scroll down a spot read. And then when you find some that you like, you click on your individual article and click the little full text button, no matter what color it looks like, click it. And then that will pull up your PDF or refer you to where you get your PDF. So that's it. Step one, step two, step three. Now there's a few tricks that you can do along the way. So I put these tricks or search tips right here. Search tips are you can use a thesaurus, you can use some and or words to expand or restrict. You can put some keywords in quotes to lock in words in an exact order. Okay, like instead of just typing interpersonal communication as I did, you could do quote interpersonal communication, close quote, and that will lock in interpersonal communication in that exact order. Okay. So there you go. Now, you remember I mentioned OneSearch is also a way you can get articles? Yeah, you can. So you can click right here. You can go to OneSearch. A lot of students see the little baby box right here, the single box. Yeah, okay, that's good for freshmen, but you're 300 level. So I always recommend you click the advanced search button. So when you click it, then it gives you this screen right here. Set your little circle up on the top for article. And then you can start typing in your keywords again. So once you do that and hit search, it will pull up a list of articles, the same steps. You type in your search, you get your results, and then you click on your individual article. But remember, as I said, however, since OneSearch searches all the library's databases, including those that are not related to HCOM, like kinesiology, chemistry, engineering, you're going to get a lot of unrelated junk. So you got to sort through, and there's some sidebar filters you can use to kind of help narrow down your results. But you'll get a lot more junk than searching the databases directly. Okay, so that's it. That is the way to find scholarly articles using the databases and also using OneSearch. Now, beyond your required 6 scholarly articles, I want to show you how you can find other cool things. How about books and ebooks? Yeah, I know a lot of students like, I don't want a book. That's too long. I don't have time for that. No, actually, don't think that way. After you've obtained your minimum 6 scholarly journal articles, a book and ebook is really good. The library has many books and ebooks on human communication topics. So we get to it the same way that I just showed you for articles. We go to OneSearch Advanced button, click the Advanced search. But this time I'm going to set my little circle up at the top to Books and Media, Cal State Fullerton Library. And then you can go ahead and proceed the same way. Type in keywords that you're looking for. Okay, so like maybe gender, communication, and workplace. And then any books that match those keywords will come up in the list, and you can choose some of those. If it is a paper book, it will show you the floor location. If it's an ebook, it will display a link immediately. You can start reading an ebook immediately. But as I said, the print books will give you the floor and shelf location, and you go retrieve the book yourself. The library here at Cal State Fullerton is self-service. There's no staff on the in the shelves to get the book for you. You get it yourself. So once you go to the floor and the shelf and get the book yourself, then you can take it down to the checkout desk, the first floor circulation desk with your Titan card, and you can check it out to take it home. How about other kinds of non-journal article? Like what about newspapers and magazines? Yeah, I mean, newspapers and magazines are not scholarly, but you can use, they can be valuable on providing detailed stories related to human communication. So we do. We have a newspaper database called US News Stream. Okay, so you're going to get to it the same way just by clicking on databases and going to U for US News Stream. And we also have a reader's guide is the name of our magazine database. So US Newsstream pulls up newspapers, Reader's Guide pulls up magazines, and here's what they look like. Hey, guess what? They work exactly the same way as the databases. You type in keywords, it'll give you a list of results, and then you spot read, go down, and you pick a newspaper story or a magazine story that looks interesting. Here's some examples that I gave you right here. See, I did the magazine search. There's any articles on male, female speaking differences. So I typed in keywords, gender, speaking, and communication as my keywords, and up pulled up a whole bunch of articles. So here's one that came from a magazine called Education Digest. Yeah, it's kind of old, but it's still good. How men and women use language differently in their lives. Okay, so there you go. That's how you can find newspaper and magazine articles. What about encyclopedia articles? Yeah, we have a database just for encyclopedias. Sometimes an encyclopedia article, rather than a long book or a complex scholarly article, can give you information you need. For example, what if you wanted to get just an introductory explanation of intercultural communication? Yep, go to our encyclopedia database. Okay, our encyclopedia database is called Gale eBooks. So it's an encyclopedia, hundreds of encyclopedias all at once. So just type in your keywords, intercultural communication, and then it comes up in 124 different encyclopedias, like the Encyclopedia of Communication and Information. So many, many different encyclopedias. This isn't just one encyclopedia like Britannica. This is hundreds of encyclopedias in this database all at once. Okay, and then finally, the last thing I wanted to tell you is what about Google Scholar to find articles? Yeah, some students find scholarly articles on Google's search engine of scholarly literature called Google Scholar. You've probably heard of it or maybe even used it before. Okay, yes, you can use Google Scholar. It is allowable. So Professor Martin will allow you to use that. But here's what I want to say about Google Scholar. Google Scholar is not some kind of like magical shortcut to get all your articles all at once. Google Scholar draws from the same databases as our library. So many of the results that you're going to get on Google Scholar are the exact same articles that you're going to find in our database. So the problem with Google Scholar is since its search screen is more limited. See, Google Scholar only just gives you a single little search box, like, like regular Google. No filters, no different. See up here on the other databases, you get so many different choices, multiple boxes, filters, date ranges, all kinds of filters that you can help narrow down your searching. Google doesn't give you any of that. They just give you one box for keywords. So since it's more limited than the library's databases, yeah, using the library's databases is kind of preferable because it's a lot more powerful and a lot more precise. But anyway, but the bottom line is you can use Google Scholar. It is allowable. If you want to use it, you can. Okay, so there you go, everybody. That is a quick overview of how to use on these 3 pages on how to do research for your HCOM research. All right, well, good luck and happy searching.